and whatever it is that you see and envision there. You've got to see it in your mind's eye and know that you've got what it takes. Repeat after me, please. I must see in my mind's eye. See myself. Confronting my fears. Handling my fears. I'm more than able. Shake somebody's hand.
Welcome, 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 Tam, Soul Purpose. Welcome, good morning. Good morning. Trying to get all set up here so we can have a fabulous, fabulous training this morning. Welcome, everybody. Meerkat, as I kind of get you guys all situated here on this tripod. Oh, I think I got it. All right, good morning. Give me your name and what city you're from. Let me know if you're brand new. Hey, Blue, welcome, 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 welcome again.
That's keeping me from really being happy. That's keeping me from having a sense of adventure and excitement in my life. What's keeping me from control?
All right, welcome from Michigan.
What fears?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, while we had a couple, about 30 seconds before we get started, go ahead and share it. Share the stream with your friends at Facebook and Twitter and Periscope as we listen to Les Brown.
Whatever challenges or difficulty that it is, you got to handle it. You got to go up in there and wrestle with it. Will it be easy? No. Will it be challenging? Yes. A friend of mine who's going into recovery. He's been addicted to crack cocaine for years and alcohol. He's talking about how challenging it was and why he was dreading going into cold turkey. I said, what do you want me to tell you? That it's going to be a picnic? No, it's not. It's going to kick your butt? Yes, it is. Are you going to want to die? Yes, that's a part of it. But that's just what you must go through in order to get where you want to go. And guess what? You are strong enough to do it. You're strong enough, and your life is worth whatever you have to go through to get past this addiction. Whatever you have to do. This dream you got, whatever you want to do, will it be easy to just run out there and do it? No. Will it happen overnight? No. Will it be a struggle? Yes. Will there be times when you can't make ends meet? Yes, that's a part of it. Will there be times you won't know what to do? Yes, that's a part of it. Will you have some opposition? Will things go wrong sometimes? You will have many visits from Murphy. Now, if you say, well, who's Murphy? Don't...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started. Let's turn Meerkat around. Good morning, Meerkatters. Let me put this on silent here. All right, thank you for sharing. Sharing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. My name is DarrellMuhammad, real estate investor, mentor, coach, trainer. Coming back to you again, brothers and sisters. This is day number 6, module number 6. All right. We're covering a lot of the good information that I have in my training course. This is part of a 13-day boot camp. Day number 6, part of a 13-day boot camp. We're going to go nonstop every day, including Saturday and Sunday, until we complete all 13 days, all right? Before we get started, while we're doing these housekeeping items, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and hit the screen, show some love. Go ahead and give it. Let's go ahead and have a heart attack, show a lot of love. Need everybody to participate, all right? Need everybody to participate. Show some hearts, all right? See a lot of different colors there. Thank you very much. Now, go ahead and share. Hit the paradude in the corner and share. And if you shared once, share again. You know, one thing about advertisement and marketing is about being repetitive, right? Being repetitive. So go ahead and share it right now. Hit the paradude in the corner. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, and also your Periscope friends. Thank you so very much, Sister Denise. Thank you very much, Sister Pamela, for inviting your followers. Share, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we have to, the enemy and our opposer bombards the minds of people with their message. We have to bombard the minds of people with our message just to make it even and level. And then we have to do some on top of that, right? So that's what we're doing here with the 13-day boot camps, ladies and gentlemen. We're excited because we're closing in on the launch of my training system. We're closing in on the launch. We're going to launch it right before Thanksgiving. right before Thanksgiving. This is 13 hours, boot camp style, no holds barred, the good, the bad, and the ugly of wholesaling real estate. All right? I'm going to tell you everything you need to know from A to Z. A to Z. All right? So that's what you're going to get here. Volume 1 and 2 is downloadable. It's not physical. This is for display. Downloadable. You're going to learn how to make $5,000 a month. No credit, no job. All right? No money. Right? You can be a felon, have a felony, you have criminal record. You can be a high school dropout, ladies and gentlemen. If you follow this system verbatim, don't deviate, you too can make $5,000 every month like I've done and then some. All right? And also, we're going to release this, like I said, right before Thanksgiving. We're going to do it on a live launch. I'm thinking right here on Periscope. We was going to do it on a webinar, but we don't want to leave anybody out. We want everybody to be included. If it's meant for them to be here, we want them to be here. All right? So that's what you're going to get, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's coming up here pretty soon. Part of that launch is this 13-day free boot camp, when I'm taking a nugget from every module and I'm sharing it with you on these Hangouts. Now, housekeeping items. All right, here we go. Okay, here's how you can reach me. Periscope and Twitter at DarrellMuhammad. Periscope and Twitter at DarrellMuhammad. Okay? All right? Now, here's what you need to do. Go to my fan page at Facebook, DarrellMuhammad fan page. DarrellMuhammad fan page. You want to like it, and you want to make sure you follow it or make sure you get notifications when I post stuff to my fan page. Why is that important? Because during the live launch, that's where you're going to go and you're going to put your questions. Thank you, Niambi. You're going to put your questions and everything there. We're going to communicate during the live launch, okay? Now, I want to help out as many people as I can. If you're working on some deals or if you have some questions that I can help you with, I'll coach you for free, all right, up until the time of the release. Because once I release the product, the system, then that time will have to go to my paid students. But right now, you can call this number and leave me a message. Call this number and leave me a message. 713-817-5952. All right? Leave me a message, ladies and gentlemen. And, hey, how you doing, Living Sheik? Thanks for restreaming. Leave me a message with your question. Right? Your question, your name, your information, and your level of experience. Now, I have been offering you to purchase this on an early release. All right? You can purchase this right now, but I'm starting to get overwhelmed. I'm starting to get too many students that's buying it now, and it's not going to leave me time allotted for the students that's going to enroll on the launch. All right? So we only have 3 more spots. I can only sell 3 more of these programs on pre-release. All right? Once those 3 are gone, that's going to be it. I won't be able to do it anymore, and we're going to pull the page down. So, if you want an early copy, I only have 3 left. If you want an early copy, ladies and gentlemen, all right, then text this number, I want the link. There's a special backlink. Text, I want the link. Okay? I'll send it to you. All right? Now, we're going to have some bonuses we're going to offer on the live stream. And the only way you can get those bonuses is if you show up to the live stream. Now, if you can't make the live stream or you don't want to take the chance that you'll miss over $2,500 worth of free bonuses that I'm going to give those who sign up on the live stream, then go ahead and get your pre-release right now. All right? Get the pre-release right now. When you buy it right now, a couple $100 less than what is going to go for the night of the launch, and you're guaranteed to get all the bonuses, $2,500 worth of bonuses. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, today, Module 6, number 6. All right, we've been building the last 5 days. If you've been following me, you've gotten a lot of good information. It should be no doubt in your mind that everything's included here, A to Z. Nothing left out, okay? I can't cover everything on the free on this free boot camp because it's just not enough time. This is 13 hours, ladies and gentlemen, over 13 hours. There's no way I can do it in 20 minutes. But I'm giving you an idea. I'm letting you test drive the car. All right. So today we're going to go into due diligence. All right. We're going to get into due diligence. Now, this is very, very important. Now, you always want to ask, what does due diligence mean? What's the definition of these terms, Darrell, that you use? Due diligence basically means it's a process of verifying information. Let me say it again. It's the process of verifying information. Okay? Now we have two due diligence we have to do. We have to do diligence on the property. All right? And we have to do due diligence on the owner. All right? You always hear due diligence as far as the property. All right? But I want to make sure you understand that there's two parts of due diligence. The other part is due diligence on the owner. And I'll cover that very briefly here a little bit later. But what you need to do, you want to find out everything you can about the property and about the owner. Of course, everything that's relevant to you purchasing the property about the owner. All right? You need to know, and your due diligence is what's going to really determine, ladies and gentlemen, if it's a good deal, a bad deal, or a great deal. All right? That's what's going to your due diligence. And this is very important. And I have to warn you, this is where you don't want to get excited. You have to control your emotions. You don't want to get excited. Okay? And you want to make sure that you don't put on rose-colored glasses. Right? Hey, Solution Turk. You don't put on rose-colored glasses. That's where you don't look at the bad. You only see the good. You're so excited. Oh, man, I'm about to make some money. Right? And now you're not being objective. All right? You're not being objective. So this is where discipline comes in. This is where discipline comes in. And let me add a footnote to that. You only do diligence after you get a positive confirmation from the owner that, yes, they're interested in selling the house. Other than that, there's no reason to do due diligence. There's no reason for you to verify information. What information do you have to verify? You don't even have an interested party. The owner has to say, yes, Darrell. Yes, Pamela. Yes, Niambi. Yes, Turk, I want to sell. Great. Let me ask you some questions. See, that questionnaire starts the due diligence process. Okay? It starts the due diligence process. In that questionnaire, it has questions about the property and it has questions about the owner. Right? We're doing due diligence on two fronts. The property and the owner. And they're both equally important. Right? They both have to work together. Now, let's talk about the property real quick. The due diligence on the property. And we're talking about now, and let me be clear, we're talking about now the legalities of the property. Right? We're talking about not the condition of the property. We're not talking about the repairs. That's something else. Right? That's something else. What we're talking about here is we're doing the due diligence on the property to see if the property is or to get the idea of the legalities of the property. Who owns the property? Right? You need to know who owns the property according to the actual records. Not what the owner, not what the person that you talked to on the phone said, but what the actual recording office says. The county recorder's office. All right? So we need to know who owns the property. We need to know if there's any debt on the property, any mortgages, right? We need to know if there's any judgments on the property. We need to know if there's any liens on the property. Okay? We need to know if there's any attachments that's on the property, that the property is being used as collateral to collect the debt. All right? That's the kind of due diligence we're talking about right here. Because this is more, it's more important right now that we find that out than to do the numbers on the repairs. All right? You want to put the cart before the horse. You get excited, you start doing repairs and come to find out, right? There's an IRS lien, and there's a property tax lien, and there's a mechanics lien, and a mortgage. Don't you think you need to know that up front? You need to know the condition, right? The physical, not so much the physical, but the internal condition of the property. The repairs is the outside condition. The inside condition of the property is the health of the property, right? Is what kind of lien it has on it. What kind of encumbrances it has on it. What kind of indebtedness is weighing it down. Okay, because we want to move quick. We're talking about $5,000 in 30 days. So it has to be quick. So we're gonna do due diligence on the property. Right? Now you do that by doing what they call a title search at a title company. Title search as a title company is one of the ways where you can do a due diligence on the property to see what kind of condition, the internal health and well-being of that property is. All right? That's a title company. That's a title search. And what we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking for clear title. Clear title. I mean, there's no liens, no judgments, no debt on the property. Not to say if it does, it's bad, right? But it's an easier transaction if it's a clear title. Now, you might say, Darrell, well, I don't know a title company. That's fine, because you can do your own preliminary research if you want to, okay? I tell my students, I'm just giving you educational. I tell my students, get it under contract, send it to the title company, let them do it, right? Because they're going to have to do it anyway, right? So why slow down the process? Why you slow down? First time going, now you're going to try to get on the internet. I'm just telling you what due diligence is, all right? And the due diligence that has to take place, it doesn't mean that you have to do it, all right? Make sure that's clear. It doesn't mean you have to do it. So title company is one. They can determine if it's a clear title on the house or if there's any encumbrances, they call encumbrance on it, okay? The other way you can do the research, right? If you have somebody working with you, you might want to go that route. If your spouse or significant other is working with you, or son or a daughter or a partner, then great. But I still say don't do that. Go find deals. Do the formula. All right? But the way that you can do it is you can go to the county's recorder's office. You can probably pull it up online, find the property, and then you can see who's the deed in, if there's any judgments, any mechanic liens, things of that nature. All right? Now with a title company, of course, you as you build relationships, then you don't have to have a contract to submit to a title company for them to do a title search. It's called a title search. Okay? Now, once you develop a relationship, you just call them up and say, hey, Cindy, this is DarrellMuhammad. I'm looking at buying this property, and I want to know if you can do, and here's the phrase, do a preliminary search. That's not an in-depth search. That's just a brief, quick, cursory search. All right? So, hey, Cindy, this is DarrellMuhammad. Hey, I'm looking at this property at 123 Apple Street. Can you go ahead and just do a quick preliminary search and see if there's anything that's obvious, and I'll call you back, in about a day or two. Is that okay? All right, great. Right? And let her do it. Now, you never want to wear out your welcome. You never want to abuse any relationship. All right? So you don't want to worry about that. You do better. They would better understand if you had a contract of offer, you submitted it, and then the deal bust through, right? Meaning it didn't go through. Something happened. The deal didn't go through. Then for you to call them every week, hey, check out this one. Hey, do a preliminary research on this one. Do a preliminary research on this one. No, that's too much. At least with a contract, they know it's out of your control to some extent if it doesn't go through, because you have signature of buyer and seller. All right? So title company or do it yourself, but I would advise you, don't do it yourself. You just need to know what can be on a title that would cause it to be called cloudy or not a clear title. It's those things, those items, okay? Replay it, watch it back, do the replay here, and watch it again, ladies and gentlemen, so you can pick it up. Because now this is, now we got to get our brains to working. It's your first time hearing these things, so you're not going to catch it on the first go round, all right? You're not going to catch it right now, okay? And those watching on the replay, hit the screen. You see the hearts there. Hit the screen to show some love. On the replay, you have to swipe to the right, swipe from the bottom, and share. Share it with your friends, ladies and gentlemen. Good. You should always want to share. You should have your friends saying, Darrell, I'm tired of you sharing all this good stuff with me. I'm tired. Just don't do it. That's enough. I got it, man. I got it. Okay? That's better than this other stuff that people bombard on Facebook and Twitter. Right? Okay? So, talking about due diligence. 2 due diligence. 1 of the property, and we're not talking about repairs. We're talking about the internal condition of the property, meaning it's the legal side of the property. Does that make sense? The legal side, the unseen side. You can see the condition on the outside. That's repairs, and we're going to go into that in a later module. We're talking about the unseen. The unseen. Okay, thanks for sharing, Turk. All right, talking about the unseen. Now, the other thing is the owner. The other due diligence we have to do is on the owner as we wrap up on today's module training. Okay, is the owner. Now, in the questionnaire that you're going to get in your training program on module number 13 is going to have those questions. Systematic, strategic questions. Where it's going to include the due diligence of the person you're talking to. Because you might run across a common name, right? And let's say Jim Jones, right? That's a common name. So you calling and they say, yeah, I own the property, and they may not own the property. They might just be looking for some free money, right? All right? So there's a due diligence that you have to do. They might know the person, might be their cousin, right? They might be the junior. Senior might be dead and is owning the senior's name, but the junior not going to say it because the junior's been conducting business in his father's name, right, without people knowing, at the light company, and the water company, and all this other kind of stuff. Now here you come, and they think I can get $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. But they've been doing it all along. So the due diligence of the owner, now the title company also helps with this. But the questionnaire that you have in my training system will give you the questions. Right? It will give you the questions that you will ask them about their property. And I even say it a certain way. I even give you the dialogue because, see, you don't want to lead them, right? Let me just share with you right now. When you call them out the blue, you don't want to lead them. Do you own the property on 123 Apple Street? Hi, how you doing? This is DarrellMuhammad. I'm a real estate investor here in Houston. And according to public records, it shows me you own a property here in Houston. Didn't give the address. Is that correct? Or here in Houston on Apple Street. Is that correct? Oh, yes, I do. Okay, great. I was giving you a call because I represent some investors that are buying properties in that area. And I see that it needs, quite a bit of work. Now, have you considered selling it? Yeah, I've been thinking about it. It's been, it's just been sitting there and I don't know what to do with it. And it needs a lot of repairs and things of that nature. I said, great, okay, all right. You ask some other questions, but then you say, okay, let me get that address, all right, so I can go by, so we can take a look at it and determine if we are still interested in, possibly buying the property. See, you never gave them the address, you only gave them the street. See, now you're doing your due diligence to verify all information, right? The process of verifying information, right? Accuracy of information. Say they did. You gave them the street. Now they have to give you the full address. Right? Okay, that sounds good, Mr. Johnson. I tell you what, let me go ahead and get that address of the property so we can take a look at it, and I'll give you a call tomorrow and let you know if we're interested or not still interested in the property. What's the address? It's on Apple Street. I don't remember. See, now you can ask some different kind of questions. Right? You can ask some different kind of questions. Well, you are the owner of this property, right, Miss? Yeah. You don't know the address? Have you been paying taxes on it? Yeah. Okay, well, you get your notices through the mail to pay the taxes. You don't remember what the address is, huh? That's interesting. Well, don't you have it? I said, we just had your name and telephone number. I can get it, but you're on the phone, and I thought, you'd be able to provide it for me. Okay? Yeah, because one of the things, Mr. Johnson, we got to make sure that, all the legal owners involved are aware of the property being sold so the right people can get the cash. All right? Is there any way you can dig up that address for me so I can get it and I can have it, and then we can go from there. All right, so that's how you do it. So we're talking about the due diligence of the owner. And the other due diligence you want to do, and the questionnaire has it, all right? And this will be later on, not on the initial call. Or it can be on the initial call, it doesn't matter. But part of the due diligence is you want to see if there's anybody else involved. Because, see, you can have people that's the legal owner, but they're listening to their uncle, and they're listening to their cousin that's a real estate agent. They're listening to whoever. Right? They can decide, but they're indecisive because they're listening to other people. Right? So this due diligence goes wide and deep, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Thank you for the hearts. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right? Thank you for the hearts, and don't forget to share. So that's what you're looking at. You're looking at who decides. You need to find out who owns the property. You need to find out who has the right to sell. Right? And the deed might be in a different person's name. Just looking at some notes here. Deeds might be in a different person's name, ladies and gentlemen. Right? We're pulling up the tax records or the appraisal district records, and we see a name there. Right? But the deed might be in a different person's name. The example that I give you on the module number 5 of the program of my training system, if the spouse dies, right? The mortgage is in the spouse's name. The spouse dies, and the surviving spouse, right, still living, of course, that's what surviving means, and their name is on the city records, taxes and appraisal district, right? But it doesn't change on the mortgage, on the deed, right? So you need to find out, and the title search will do that for you. But that's the due diligence on the owner. All right? On the owner. And that'll come out in your questioning. That'll come out as you build rapport with the owner, and as you build a relationship and you follow those tips that I gave you yesterday, and also more detailed training in the course. Now, we mentioned very quickly, I want to make sure I drive this point home about the title being clear. Right? You have liens and you have judgments. Anytime a debt goes into default, it becomes a judgment by the court. And that will show up on the title when either you do the search or preferably the title company does the search. See, a lot of legwork I did, ladies and gentlemen, in my early days is so I can learn how to do it. Right? So I can be self-sufficient. So I won't have to depend on the title company. Right? So a lot of these legwork items I did, but I'm telling you now not to do them if you want to close and have $5,000 in your pocket in the next 30 days. Don't do it. But liens and judgments. Now, here's the thing you have to understand about liens and judgment. Governmental liens and judgments supersedes all other liens and judgments. Meaning that I'm a mechanic, which is a lien can show up, a mechanic's lien, right? I fix your house. Right? You didn't pay me for it. I put a mechanic's lien on the title of that house. Right? So when the title company pulls the title, searches the title, they see that DarrellMuhammad has a mechanic lien on the home. Right? And then there's an outstanding mortgage on the home. The person stopped paying for it because they died or whatever, stopped paying for it. So there's the link, they didn't foreclose or whatever, but there's a mortgage on it. Right? There's a mortgage on it. So now you have mechanic lien and a mortgage, and then they owe back taxes. Property tax. Property tax on the house. So you have 3 liens or judgments, liens and possible judgments. Right? My mechanic's lien, the mortgage, and then the city's property tax lien. Right? Now, it doesn't matter the amount. It doesn't matter. Governmental liens always supersedes all other liens. So, in the order of payment, right, the city will get paid first, and then after that, it goes by the order of date recorded. Date recorded. Right? The tax lien can be last, but it's going to be first getting paid because it's the government. The government always gets paid first. Thanks for the heart, Blue. Right? Then the order of date that it was filed at the county recorder's office. Not the dollar amount. It's never the dollar amount. And then the proceeds from the sales trickle down, right, through those indebtedness. Okay? So that's what you have to understand. That's what you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen. And I've done all there's some sophisticated things you can do to get those other debts reduced and wiped out. That's all legal, but that's not for beginners. That's not for beginners. What you need to understand, and we're teaching right now, is due diligence. Right? Due diligence has to be done, right? So you won't waste a lot of time getting all the way to the closing table, getting your investor in place, getting your contractors to come out and estimate the repairs, just to find out something that you should have found out early along, that this property has a whole lot of debt on it, has multiple liens on it. The title is cloudy. Right? The title is cloudy. Not that it can't be done, but many times it can't be done. Why? Because there's more owed on the house than what the house is worth. So you won't be able to wholesale it. Okay? All right? So that's due diligence, ladies and gentlemen. That's module number 6. Module number 6 in the up-and-coming release of my training program, The Secrets to Wholesale, The Secrets to Wholesale in Real Estate, Volume 1 and 2. 13 hours of boot camp style training. No holds barred. The A to B to C, all the way to Z of everything you need to know to be successful as a real estate wholesaler. All right? As a real estate wholesaler, I teach you how to run it like a business, not as a hobby. Right? Teaching you how to make $5,000 a month. No job, no credit, no risk. Right? No mortgages, no loans. It doesn't matter if you've been to jail, just getting out of jail, going to jail. It doesn't matter. You can be a felon with a felony. You can be a high school dropout. You do not need a license. All right? And it works in every state, ladies and gentlemen. Every state. All right? So we're releasing this right before Thanksgiving. Right? Right before Thanksgiving, you need to get on the VIP list. I don't know if I showed this before, but go here. Make sure you sign up and get on the VIP notification list. That's where you get all the information about the live event for the release. And this is where you get all the information to keep abreast of any changes for this 13-day boot camp. There's already been 2 changes, right? So you'll be notified here. You'll be notified of the date and time of the live event for the launch. And any specials or anything that I have that I want to share with you is coming down through you registering on this site to be on the VIP notification list. Okay? All right? So once again, I'm here to help as many people as I can before the launch for free. Okay? For free. When it launches, then I won't have time to do it for free. I'll be with my paid students. So here's what you do. Text this number. Not text it. Call this number. Leave me a message. Right? What's your number one pressing question? Sign of a good student is they follow directions, right? They follow instructions, I should say. Instructions. So, number 1, your number 1 most pressing question. Number 2, name and information, name and telephone number. And number 3, your level of experience. Leave that on the voicemail and I'll call you back. Now, if you want to get a copy now, ladies and gentlemen, I advise you to get it now. I only can sell 3 more. And at 3 more, I think I had to cut it off, because I'm starting to get too many pre-release orders, and it's not going to leave me enough time for my students that's going to enroll at the live launch, and that will be unfair to them. But go ahead and get the last 3 that's available at a get it now. That's right, Turk. At a discounted price. It's several $100 less. Now, here's an incentive, an additional incentive to get it now besides saving a couple of $100. You'll get all the free bonuses. Right? Over $2,500 of free bonuses. You'll get those automatically. Okay? You don't have to be on a live event. Now, if you miss it and you don't be one of the next 3, right? One of the next 3, ladies and gentlemen, then the only way to get the bonuses would be at the live event. No questions asked. Remember, this is boot camp style training. Now, don't let me say these words and you don't understand what they mean. Boot camp style training. No holds barred. That's how I train people, right? So if you're real timid, then this is not the program for you. If you're real sensitive, this is not the program for you. I'll be respectful, but I'll be firm, okay? Because we don't have a lot of time to play around when it comes to financial empowerment and financial independence. The clock is ticking, ladies and gentlemen. If you and I knew how fast the clock was ticking, we will get this course and we'll implement it right away, and we'll be the best student that we can possibly be. All right? So go ahead and get that. I only have 3 more that I can sell, and I'm going to have to cut it off because, I just can't oversell. We're not trying to sell volume, right? We're looking for students like myself who want to take this thing, make it real. All right? And we can partner and do deals together. Okay? That takes us past the hour, the half an hour. We want to be respectful of your time. Once again, text this number and say, I want the link. Text this number and say, I want the link. I'll send you the link. All right? Text this number and I'll say, I'll send you the link. And once those 3 are gone, then if you text me after that, I'll just have to tell you that, we can't take any more orders. All right? We can't take any more orders. But go ahead and do that. Get on the VIP list, ladies and gentlemen. 13-day boot camp. We're counting down. We've just completed number 6. Tomorrow will be number 7. Hope to see you here tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. All right? We're giving you the goods. The rest is on you. So as always, we'll see you at the top, not from the top. Why? Because you and your family, but most importantly, your community deserves your very best. All right? So until tomorrow, take care, everybody. Take care. God bless. Thank you, Blue. Appreciate you.